I normally only really cover One Piece on this channel, but a couple serious topics have come up recently in the manga community, specifically the My Hero Academia community. If you haven't heard, Horikoshi, the author of My Hero Academia, has been pretty much trying to be cancelled at the moment on Twitter, and if you don't understand what's going on, I'm going to quickly go over that now. So yeah, character's name got revealed, and the character's name was Maruta Shiga. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the issue with that is because it's a reference, and apparently I've heard some people say it's a slur. Hey guys, so I do want to actually clarify a few things here. Maruta, the Maruta bit of his name, is actually a reference to the people that were killed during these events. Maruta is a slang term used by mad scientists for non-volunteered human subjects, and obviously this has a big connotations with that Unit 731, which is because apparently they pretended that it was a lumber mill at the time, and they used to so they're pretty much referring to the humans that they're killing and experimenting on as logs. And obviously there's a thing here like, pitch up that hitchhiker, we're currently running low on logs at the moment. That's pretty much what he means. That's what that first part of his name actually means. But it appears to be a reference to Unit 731 in World War II, which was some horrific, disgusting thing where the Japanese captured Koreans and Chinese and did like human experimentation on them. Obviously they all died. It was just disgusting stuff, like it's horrible. And obviously this character in My Hero Academia also experiments on people and he's a villain, so Horikoshi thought he would give him a name referencing that event, and that caused mass outcry. Many of the issues stem from, I'm not here trying to be the white guy telling Korean and Chinese people how they should feel about some horrific event. The issue stems from a lot of Japan. No one in Japan was ever prosecuted for this crime. No one was ever sentenced, and Japan never really references it. Like it was sort of just pardoned and put under the rug. And then obviously the Chinese and Korean are like, come on, like there's some serious stuff, and you're not even going to try and own up to it. And still to this day, they haven't even done anything about it. And loads of people were defending Horikoshi, saying he didn't know, because apparently in Japanese textbooks they've completely removed this out of everything. So like kids obviously won't know about it. And unless you go out of your way to look for it, you will never know, because the Japanese government try and censor the fact that they did this. And these people were obviously very angry over it, and they're trying to get Horikoshi to do all sorts of stuff. Some people want the manga cancelled. Some have been sending death threats to him. Some have been sending like false accusations of all kinds of stuff to him. And most people just want him to apologise, which he has now at this point. In his apology, he said he never meant to make a reference to it. And Shiga is the last name of the biochemist who invented the chemical which was used to torture the people there, so it clearly was. But I'm not saying there's an issue with that being a reference to it. It's just he said it wasn't, but it was, obviously, so yeah. Although I don't agree with the mass outcry that's happened, I do agree it's probably a bad idea after seeing about what your fan base is like. Like if I was Horikoshi, I don't think, I'm not saying I'm smarter than Horikoshi obviously or anything like that, but you know, the My Hero Academia fan base is a disaster most of the time. Like they kick off over everything, so even referencing that would probably be a bad idea. But you know, he did it anyway, and the fact that he apologized as well, and like he's going to change the name, also shows that he knows that it's a bad thing. And obviously the Japanese government probably won't be too happy about that after they hear about a famous Japanese person outwardly talking against like their war crimes that they haven't done anything for. But I don't think he should have changed the name, to be honest, because it's not like he made the character as a hero. He is a villain. A villain is named after a real life horrible event. It's vilifying it. It's vilifying it. It's showing that it's a bad event, and he's portraying that through the fact that it's a villain. So I don't get what's so angry to what's to be angry about. Other pieces of media have referenced stuff like in real life loads of times. Star Wars, the Stormtroopers, the Sith, the First Order, all of them are based off Nazis, obviously. But then no one gets angry. No one calls like George Lucas a Nazi. No one thinks that he's for it, because they're the villains, they're the bad guys, and he's portraying them as such, exactly the same as here. I don't know what changes the difference. I saw some people saying like, oh, in other pieces of media it's different because time has passed, but when Star Wars came out, that was like fresh after World War II, not that even that long after World War II. So like a vast majority of people that watched Star Wars and went to go see it, obviously it weren't kids, probably were in World War II themselves. And then, you know, it's good. Like if they're fighting against Nazis and they go to the cinema to watch Star Wars, they want to see Nazis get their ass kicked, which is pretty much what happened in Star Wars. Obviously it's just a space version. So bearing in mind, if you were affected by this sort of tragedy and this like disgusting event, wouldn't you want that event to be, if it is portrayed in media, you want it to be portrayed in a bad way as a villain, which it is. So that's why I just don't get why people are so angry over the fact that done in that way. I guess that some people just don't like the fact that Japan did this, they got away with it, and there's been nothing bad about it, and now a Japanese guy is coming along and just using it to put in his story as like a little Easter egg to figure it out, but like he's not really taking into account how much weight it actually has behind it, which I can understand. But so if you were one of the people that were annoyed at him for using it because maybe your family itself was, you know, affected by it, that's completely understandable. I understand that. And now he has apologised, and I've seen some people like say to him, you need to apologise for this. I was affected personally by this. Now he's apologised, and now they're like, okay, thank you, apologise. But the people that I don't understand are the ones that now he's apologised, they're kicking off even more. Like, it's ridiculous right now. There's some people throwing away their volumes. What's that gonna do? He has your money already. Literally nothing is gonna come of that at all. That is the most ridiculous thing. It's like that time with Nike, people cutting up their shoes, not changing anything. If anything, you're just making it more public. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. I hate when people do that. It's so dumb. Some people had My Hero Academia tattoos, and now they're angry about it, and they look at it and they don't like it anymore. Like, because of the character's name being a villain. Like, come on, man. But where it does get too far is like some of those Chinese and Korean fans that were like, I've been affected by this personally, you need to apologise. But obviously before the apology, some Japanese fans, the younger fans, like 12, 13, 14 year olds around that age, because they've never heard this event before, and I guess they don't believe that it happened, and they don't believe that Japan would do this. And I've seen some screenshots and examples. I'll try and put them on screen if I can find them, of people making fun of Korean and Chinese people, saying it never happened and all this. Well, obviously that's not allowed. That shouldn't be. That's not cool. People throwing coronavirus memes at Chinese people as if they're not like worried for their life, if they're going to die of a virus and their family might be dead. So they just throw a meme at them. That's not too funny either. And then people are retaliating to the Japanese people with nuke memes. I'm like, this is just getting out of hand. This is ridiculous. It's a manga. Everybody calm down. You know what I mean? If you go through hashtag apologise Horikoshi, most of you're going to see is people saying to leave the Chinese alone and let them be annoyed. And there's other people saying, like, I can't believe these people are even annoyed at it. Chill out. I'm sort of in between, because, you know, I think he should have apologised. I don't think he should have changed the name, to be honest, because it's a villain. I don't think he should lose his job, obviously. And yeah, pretty much the people that are making accusations about him, saying he should lose his job, all that kind of stuff, that's just ridiculous. That's just not on. Can't, like, way blowing it out of proportion completely. Like, for example, like I've already said before, other mediums, there's thousands of other pieces of media which reference and are inspired by bad stuff and portray them as bad people. So I don't get the issue. Why? What's the problem? And like, he's already apologised. He's going to change it, and they carry on. It's only gotten worse since the apologies come out. People were really fuming. He said, "I'm sorry, I'll change it." And now people are even more annoyed. I don't understand how you can be even more annoyed. You got what you wanted, but the hashtag is still running rampant. So, like, you know, Jesus. Anyway, I don't make videos like this often, obviously. I mostly just do One Piece stuff, but I thought I needed to voice my opinion on this because I just don't understand. If I'm in the wrong here, comment below and tell me why. Don't shout. Don't be a knob. Just try and, you know, be cool, calm, and collected about it, and try and explain to me why exactly that naming convention you used was just completely out of order, because I don't understand it. Either way, if you are sitting there throwing away your manga volumes, send them my way, because I'll happily take them. And grow up.